All right, I think we're live, guys. All right. First things first. I believe this is episode 6, right, Chris?
It is episode 6.
First, I don't know, man. We just kind of developed it into a thing, and it's just became a thing that we do multiple times a week now, man. So yeah. Thanks, guys, for joining in here. We got Mr. Levi Knight. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man.
What's up, Levi?
Man, just enjoying life and loving talking about the sport of arm wrestling.
You're not
Yes.
lying there, dude.
Heck yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing better either.
Not at all.
So let's talk about. We got a couple things we can talk about with you that I want to talk about tonight. First things first. There's David. I don't know if he can hear us still. Probably not. No.
Can you hear?
Oh wait. Was that him?
I think it was.
I think so.
Talk again, David? No, his mouth.
Nah. Must not. It says his signal's bad too. I don't know. Dang it, David.
Ryan Boussier in the chat. That's one of my guys right there. What's up, Ryan?
I know. I like David, man. I need him on here. Message David or message Jamie and see if he can use her phone. We'll do it that way. Anyways, we're going to try to get David back in here, man. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Let's start at what have you done recently on your events? I know before we went live, we were talking a little bit about Arkansas and a little bit about Texas. So you want to start from the top, man?
Yeah, so I did a tournament in Arkansas with a fairly new league called the AFL. A guy named David Smith is putting on some pretty good competitions down there and bringing some structure to Arkansas arm wrestling. So we went up and tried one of their events. It was really good. I was able to win right and left undefeated and take home a couple dollars. That was nice. And then 2 weeks after that, I went to Mississippi State, won it right and left undefeated, got me a couple Bulldogs.
Heck yeah.
Kept testing my luck, and 2 weeks later went to Texas State, and I learned that 6 tournaments in 3 weeks is too much, or 3 tournaments in 6 weeks is too much.
I was about to say, dude, you pulling twice a week.
Yeah. Unreal. Oh yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of learning lessons that came from that, and now moving forward, I've taken a period of time off. I've actually got a very big match planned for March 23rd at Winter Blast. I'm going in a best 3 out of 5 super match with Mr. Kevin Palco for a shot at his super stoked about that one. So I'm kind of glad that I got to come off of some losses in my last competition. It didn't go as planned, so that I can have that edge in training going forward. It seems to motivate me better when I'm coming off of losses and wins. So
Yeah.
There's a blessing to be seen from every side. Right?
Dude, listen, man, you're not telling anybody that ain't been down that road. Until this year, like, I've always hung around doing pretty good, but I had not won a tournament in like a year, man, or longer. Like, it was like a really bad streak. But, in hindsight, I was losing to Bumgarner, like every damn tournament. And then like Cody Wood. Yeah. So it was like, well, in hindsight, yeah, that might be a loser mentality, but I also got to accept that I'm not doing as bad as I thought. So I really just started grinding this January, man. And what you said about 3 tournaments in 6 weeks, trust me, man, I know October 21st will be either my 10th or 11th tournament this year alone. Wow. So trust me, bro.
That's crazy because I've done 8 and nobody else has done 8. You're the first person I've heard that's got me beat.
Yes, man. And I really, before the year started, I wanted to set out and try to do 14 because my dad in his prime did 14 and he went and won 14 tournaments the whole year. Because my dad, I don't know if you know my dad, but he was a top level pro, in 154.
Yeah,
he was ranked
of pictures of his.
Yeah, he used to be ranked second in the country, and he battled with the best of them, and so he went. I think I was like 8 or 9, and I got to travel around with him, and he did 14 tournaments, and I really wanted to try to go above that, but I don't know if I can do it, man.
That got some big shoes. That got some big shoes to try to fill, huh?
Yeah. Well, I definitely ain't winning 14. That's for damn sure.
You need to go to Arkansas or something, huh?
For real, I need to get out of these South states, man. Like, there's too many beasts down here.
Yeah.
I mean, we
So
got
you
the
gonna
killers.
travel more next year? You can try to hit some bigger tournaments throughout the country next year.
Yeah, I would like to, but if I'm being honest, man, right now my freaking promoter cap's on, man,
Yeah.
and it's so hard to do both. Like, I always set out like I wanted to be known as like one of the best puller promoter combos, where like I'm a high level pro and I'm also putting on high level events. Not many people do that. You know, when you think about promoters, they're either the promoter or they're the puller, you know? And I really wanted to be that first, which, you know, I'm ranked top 20, but it's all right. You know, I know that at any given day, somebody below me could smack me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just taking it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
but yeah, man, I'd like to hit some bigger tournaments
People
next
in
year.
the post over here shouting me out. Miss Carolyn Loomis, she went and linked your video in my post I made. Thank you, Miss Carolyn. I appreciate you. The Nightmare, Dan, he's in here. He's saying, watch out for Kevin Palco. And then one of my friends, Ashley Mock, is also watching. And Ryan Boussier, he's hit 7 tournaments this year, too.
Yeah, see, for some reason, the chat don't pop up in here. And
you can't see it?
I can only get YouTube chat for some reason in this. Can I get your phone?
All popped up on one side.
Yeah.
Just so I can see the comments. I'll use my wife's phone too, so I can see people. Because yeah, man, I want to shout people out too for sure. I appreciate that.
And Andrew, my buddy Andrew's watching too.
Yeah, it says I got 11 people in here, but I just can't see the. David?
I can hear you, bro.
I'm sorry, baby.
Yes.
Hi. I had to use
He's
my daughter's
here.
phone because Jamie had went to my mother-in-law's house, so it was my Kaylee loaned me her phone. So
I got you. I
what's
kind of
up,
figured it
fellas?
might be your phone, man.
Yeah, it's old.
Let's
But
see. Is that better?
how you doing?
Man, we're just hanging out, man, talking arm wrestling, bro. Just talking about the past year. Talk about, you know, we ain't been talking that long. What you been into?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Worked all day and came home and shot my bow for about 2 hours, and here we are.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
You, David, I love how you post your workouts so consistently. You fire me up, man. I love it.
Bro, you motivate me. Look at them damn arms. I want to be like you, man.
I'm trying to be like you, man. You brother.
Well,
Heck
that's
yeah,
what it's
man.
about right there, man. Well, good deal.
Well, Levi was just telling us about what he's been doing this year, man.
No.
And he's hit 3 in the past 6. That's pretty. 3 in the past 6 weeks. That's a pretty good consistent little run he's on.
Yeah. I tell you, I didn't in between those tournaments. I use a form of the conjugate method where I'm doing speed, max effort, and volume every week. And in that period of time there, I stayed in peak mode where I was just doing volume every other day to rest and recuperate. No max effort, no speed, just to keep from soreness, so that I could be fresh for the next tournament. Yeah, like 8 weeks without any of those higher intensity specialized workouts. It matters. It matters.
Oh yeah. Hey, real quick, shout out where you're ranked, man, because you know I know it fluctuates a lot. Where are you ranked at now?
I was at number 13, and then I had that not so great performance at Texas and went 0-2 right-handed, and they put the whole top 3 finishers above me and dropped me to 16.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. But
the rankings are weird, man. Like, they're in reality, they're not always going to be accurate. And like, that's one reason I wanted to do the 54. And no, a round robin isn't going to be perfect, but it requires you to be a well-rounded puller. You know, you can't just come in there and like be a speed guy. You can't come in there and just be an endurance guy, and you can't just come in there and be a power guy. You better be good all the way around.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, people may not like that format, but I feel like it's a really good, solid way. And if you look at the results, I mean, it turned out about how you would think. So like the cream will rise to the top. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I feel like you're probably higher than you should. then they got you. You know, like you should probably be a top 10 guy. You know.
Yeah, that was what Cody Wood was telling me after Alabama State too. He was like, "Man, you need to travel." He's like, "There's a whole bunch of guys up north that you're busting up." He goes, "You just got to go pull them."
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, it's.
But what about you, Dave? Go ahead.
Making it to number 13 and even at 16 now, that's just collateral damage on the way to my goal of number 1. Right? Like I might still be 3 years and be a number 1, and that's fine. I'm putting that work. What happens along the way is just collateral damage.
I think I've only been as high as 15. I've not been any higher than 15. So, you know, it's a tough class, man. We got some dogs, man, in that class.
Everybody's killers.
Yeah, for sure. So, David, man, what you been up to lately?
Man, just working and training, man. That's all. Deer hunting. You know, September and October, I fling a lot of arrows, but I'm still training.
As far as arm wrestling, what you just been training? You've been practicing a lot?
Well, obviously practice every week, but just my consistent. I always doing push-ups and pull-ups because you know they're so convenient and available. But I went back to a lot of the basics after I haven't pulled a big tournament since March, Tri-State. I had that little thing that I did up here in Asheville, and I went to a couple of different things too, but I didn't do any pulling.
Uh-oh, did he freeze? He might have froze.
I don't know. He just left. I mean, he's there. There he is.
He's in and out.
Miss Carolyn Loomis says she's going to come to Winter Blast too. I'm excited to meet you, Miss Carolyn. I'm going to make sure I come shake your hand.
Okay, Lee. Mine's starting now. Man.
Oh, there you go, David.
Man, I'm just having technical difficulties, man. I'm gonna have to bump off of it. I'm so sorry. I don't want to mess y'all's whole damn show up, but
no, you're good, man. You're good. Do your thing. If you have to leave, come back. It's all good. We'll continue the conversation.
I'm on a podcast right now. I got to call you back.
Well, yeah, there he goes. Yeah, man. So is that the next big event you're gonna be training for?
Yeah, Winter Blast. Yeah. That's a shot at top 10, and I've been watching Kevin Palco for the last couple of years, and I really like that style matchup. We both pull very similar. So stylistically, I really liked it, and he got to number 1, beat Roman Gromov, and now he's stayed in that top 10, and that's part of one of my goals on the way to the top. So yeah, my whole focus is gonna be on being the best version of Levi I can be for March 23rd.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, I've pulled Kevin twice, man. And the first time I pulled him after he had a super match, so you know it's whatever. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I got a pretty quick win on him, which kind of opened a lot of people's eyes. But we re-pulled in the round robin, and man, it was a freaking war. You can go watch it. And, you know, he never pinned me, but I fouled out. But man, I was in a good spot. I really felt comfortable. But, you know, it's also hard to say that because Kevin's so sticky in that spot. You might feel like you're comfortable, but are you going to gas him out? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can't say I would have got the win. But, yeah, we pulled twice, man. That'd be a good match for you, bro. Yeah. And I know me and you've never technically arm wrestled in a tournament, but you beat in the same tournament someone who I lost to that day. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you placed ahead of me, and man, we pulled on the after table, and you felt really strong.
Yeah. One day we're gonna have to meet up in either a super match or a tournament one. I'm game for either one for sure. Maybe next time you get one of them round robins, I want to invite.
I know, bro. And honestly, there was so many people hitting me up in that it was like it honestly slipped my mind.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of people that I look back on. I'm like, dude, I wish he could have been in it. You know. Mm-hmm. And personally, I didn't want to be in it. You know, at first I wasn't in it. Dalton Bumgarner was in it, and he had to drop out because he had some work stuff going on. And I was like, well, Chris and Robbie, and they were like, well, just get in there. You're ranked, so you might as well get in there. And I was like, yeah, I guess. Yeah. But like personally, I would have liked to seen someone like you in it, or other people.
Yeah, for sure. That would have been
But
cool.
how's your left?
It's good too. It's really good. My right is better. My right's more versatile, and I'm stronger in a lot more angles. My top roll is really good left-handed. It's just a little bit behind my right, and in my opinion, most people the right's way ahead of their left. And I think the reason I do good left all the time is because most people suck left, not because I'm so great left-handed. But it's not bad.
That's what Artem says.
Yeah, I agree. It's my right's better for sure, but the left's not very far behind it. It's pretty close.
Well, we're looking, later on next year. We didn't get to do left-handed round robin, so going forward, we're going to be doing both hands for each, class. But we want to try and iron out that left-handed 54 sometime next year, maybe next summer or something. So just kind of gauge an interest, from people.
I'm so game. Sign me up.
Yeah, buddy. I know Hunter.
Let me know and tell me to put it on my calendar. I'll do it.
Yeah, definitely. I got you on that for sure. But hey, man, talk about what you're doing. We talked a little bit offline. Everybody knows you're the fitness guy, man. You're the program man, and you're where people need to go. So tell me a little bit about that.
For sure, man. So I started this coaching back in January. Back before that, I had like 6 or 8 different people that would bring a notebook to the gym once a week, and I'd write out their workouts and even grocery lists and meal prep instructions and everything to help them out. And I turned it into a business. I realized that when people have some skin in the game, they commit harder, and I'm able to help them longer. Those people that were bringing their notebook to the gym, they would do some work and do it and follow it for about 4 or 5 weeks, and then they just kind of slack off. It's a little different when there's some skin in the game. So in order to help more people and help people more, I put a price tag on the services, and it's really taken off. And so I actually hired my own business coach. I did a 6-month course with a business coach who has done this before, not in arm wrestling, but in fitness in general. I got ISSA certified in nutrition and in strength training, and that with my knowledge and studies that I've done, I've put that together. And then, of course, the main group of people I'm targeting, of course, is arm wrestlers to help guys get from that amateur level to the pro level and pursue that top 20 rank or even top 10. That was something I've done. And since I've done it before, I think I can help people do it quicker. I believe if I was starting over arm wrestling today with everything I know now, I think I could get to this point a year quicker. I really do, just because of the mistakes I've made. I'm not making anymore. So if I can help people avoid those mistakes, it effectively gives them a chance to buy time. Who doesn't want to buy time whenever you want to be good at arm wrestling? We're all bit by the bug,
Yeah, dude. I'm with you on that, man. And that's a big thing when I bring new people into the sport. Like, for me, if you look at my, I don't want to call it my tree of people who's I've taught, because, a lot of it I'm not responsible for. I'll be the first to say. But people that has got into the sport with some sort of connection to me, bro, Robbie Russell, Dalton Bumgarner, Landon Anderson, they're top dogs.
Yeah.
And it's like, when they first started out, except for Robbie, I was never able to beat him. From the get-go, he was ungodly, and I knew what his potential was. But the other guys in the beginning, I was able to win. But for me, I take pride when that person beats me.
Me too.
Sure, that's a loser mentality or whatever, especially if you're in the same class, because, you're going to be competing. But, when they beat me, I'm like, okay,
good.
You progressed.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a little sensei or something. Like, man, you passed me.
Yeah, I had Zach. I'm sure you met Zach. He goes to all the tournaments with me. He's probably been to 30 with me over the last 4 years. He when he first got back into it with COVID, we would pull in practice, and I could tell he was stronger. I just knew more about arm wrestling, was more technical, and I would teach him what I was doing. He would shut me down. I wouldn't be able to beat him again. He was like, "Bro, why did you teach me how to beat you?" I was like, "Well, because if you can beat me, that means I got to level up, right?"
Exactly.
No other option. He's like, "I like that. That's good."
Exactly. And that's my buddy, my really main training partner, Ed Webb. He's ranked in the 54s left now. And man, when he first started, I told him, I'm like, here's the vision, man. Like, how bad do you want it? We can put in the work, and I promise you within 2-3 years you'll be ranked. And voila, 3 years later, he's top 20 in North America left-handed. And it's like, man, I'm so proud, dude. Like,
Yeah.
all it takes is work, bro. That's all it takes.
Yeah, when you get to inspire somebody to do that and you see how much joy they get from the payoff their hard work is, man, it just fills you up, doesn't it?
It does, dude. It makes you feel like a proud dad
It
or
does.
something.
It does. Look, we got even more people in the chat. My buddy Josh Clayton's in there with his motorcycle picture in his background. What's up, buddy? Ryan Bousse hyping me up saying I'll get to that top 10. And then even my friend Tracy Hire. Tracy, we are going to talk right after this chat. I'm going to call you right after this podcast, my man.
Yeah, guys, for some reason, I'm sorry the comments aren't popping up, or I would be trying to shout you guys out, but I appreciate Levi helping me out. I got the live on my wife's Facebook, but I guess those comments aren't popping up for some reason.
Yeah. So look,
but it's all
we talked also before this phone call or before this this podcast. We also mentioned, so with my coaching program, we're going to do something here where I'm going to offer all of Loray's audience, everyone watching his channel, a discount for the services. We're going to use a code Lightning10. That's his nickname, Lightning Loray Jenkins. I have an application I send to anyone, or if you want to just message me on Facebook, just say Lightning10. We'll give anybody a 10% discount on it. So it's a value. I mean, it helps. Why not? And a little bit off helps. So
anytime you can save money, man. And listen, I'm gonna tell you again, we've never arm wrestled before in a tournament, but we've been to the same tournaments before. And I'm gonna give you an example. Alabama 2022, either 2022 or 2021, cannot remember, but I'm pretty sure we were in the same class, or maybe you were in one heavier than me.
I missed weight, 76s.
That's what it was. Okay, then never mind what I was about to say, because for some reason I thought I placed ahead of you that tournament.
Yeah, I didn't do so well at 76. I drew Dalton Duncan and Garner right off the bat.
Okay, never mind. But I was going to say, Levi's leveled up. I've watched him. I watch all the arm wrestlers, man. Like, I know everybody. Levi has leveled up. What he is saying is legit. There is plenty examples that he can point to you and say, look what my program's doing. So take him up on this, man. It's a good opportunity. Levi knows what he's talking about. And I've been around the sport since I was 5 years old. Levi knows nutrition, fitness. He knows it all, man. He's the hookup. Go to him. Seriously.
That's right. And it doesn't cost nothing to hear it out and just see if it works out. If it's something that'll fit for you.
Check it out, man, for real.
Hit me up. Let's talk about it. If it's not, okay, maybe you learn something in the process of talking about it.
So, you don't have to answer this if you don't want, but is that more, are you trying to primarily lean on that as your, career going forward?
Yeah. I'm full-time.
Still having to work a job or?
No, I've been full-time since February the 1st. This is all I do.
Dude, that's the dream, bro. That's what we all want. And he's an arm wrestler. Go support him. We want to support each other. So we all want that, where arm wrestling can be our job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to see other people be able to do it and not have to, bro, that's what we all want for each other. So go support each other.
Yeah. And speaking of support, one of my ways that I'm going to be giving back to the community as this thing continues to grow, of course, there comes a time when businesses need tax write-offs and I pay a whole bunch of taxes. Mm-hmm. Well, what I'll be doing is my guys who've been following the program, and I know they've been training hard and they've been training efficiently, I'm going to pay for them to get on an airplane and pay for their hotel room so they can go challenge people all over the country and get their rank.
There you go, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Man, you can't get much better. You're not going to find that with any gym you go sign up for. I mean, they're not going to support you like that. They're not going to write out grocery lists. Come on, who's going to take time to do that? This man's doing it.
Yeah.
Custom to you, anything you want. Man, if I wasn't so lazy, I need to get you to hold me accountable, bro. Because I'm a lazy dude right now, man. And Levi will do it, bro. He'll hold you accountable.
Yeah, that's it. It makes a big difference whenever you're relaying messages about workouts and training back and forth. You already expect that Friday we're gonna talk about all this. So if I ain't doing nothing, that's not much of a conversation. That's kind of embarrassing, right? It's another form of accountability. You're gonna want to have stuff for us to talk about.
Yeah, hey, Loray, what'd you do this week? About that. Yeah. Let me just leave group. No, that's what's up, man. That's what arm wrestling needs, man. They need more accountability. They need more support from each other. We got some things that, as far as coaching, but we're trying to help the arm wrestling community too. We got some things we're going to announce October 21st that it's not a lot, but, I feel like it could help arm wrestlers, whether it's to get them to a tournament. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what you're saying. Just help sponsor other athletes. That's what we're about. A lot of promoters, and I understand it's a business. I completely understand, and everyone should understand that when you hold tournaments. But I feel like you will not get more with what we're making, like less. We do the most with the least, bro. We're coming out of our pockets every week.
It really
with our
shows
bill
who's
money.
in it for the money and who's in it for the people.
Yes, dude. And we couldn't do it without the guys who's agreed to come, but like we want to show them that we're for them. You know what I'm saying? We want to do the big things for them. We want to treat them like celebrities, treat them like stars. Because in my opinion, arm wrestling has the ability to be on the level of like a UFC, right? The problem is we don't have household names. We don't have stars, bro. We're all just regular people who work regular jobs. But if you got people with different personalities, you see it with Devin. He's world famous. All it takes is people to get out and like become a household name. And I feel like we could blow up.
I think we're
man.
on our way, man. The sport keeps growing. Like in the 4.5 years I've been in it, man, since COVID, we have had a wave of new guys. It seems like there's twice as many people now as there was before COVID.
It's because we all stayed in the house scrolling YouTube and TikTok, and then boom, here's some arm wrestling. And then, yeah, man. Plus, I feel like that year off, everybody was just itching to get back at it.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I know that was the first year in like 30 plus years that we didn't have Tennessee State. And it sucked. Like, but at the same time, it almost reset the sport. Because then you look at it like it's just like a new beginning. I don't know,
I agree. It was definitely really interesting what COVID did. I see we got my buddy Sean Renault in the chat. What's up, Sean? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Cody Bird is in here too. Love that guy. He's been crushing it.
Yeah, I saw Cody. He said you right.
Yeah. Heck yeah. And then we got I don't know who Wolf Trex RC is, but he's in here too. Holy smokes, awesome. And then he says, protein shake mix, 12 bananas, 2 whole chickens. There's your grocery list right there.
Heck yeah, dude. That's what's up, man. Dude, once I get my little right now I'm in promoter mode. And like, we talked offline about it, and I want to be one of the better puller promoter combos. But dude, when like putting on these level events, it's just, dude, it's almost a full-time job, man. Like I'm on the phone all day. I'm messaging people. It's just, don't get me wrong, I love it, bro, and I will never complain about it. I'll do this every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I love it too, and I see what you mean, man. When you're focusing on a tournament, and you're focusing on how you want it to go in details, it's almost impossible to shut that focus off, go over here and be focused on competing, and then shut that focus off and go back. Because I don't know about you, but me personally, them last 30 minutes before they call my name to come to the table, I want to be in my head getting that focus, getting to that spot, right? Hard to do when you're worried about promoting and this ref and this and that and this and your phone's out, man. Like I would have to separate it. It would have to be like I'm hosting a tournament this week, this month, and this month, and then in between there, I'm going to compete. That's what I would do.
And it's so hard. Like, that's funny. I was just telling my wife on the way home. I was like, man, when I arm wrestle, they probably don't realize, like, because most of the time I'll get up there and like I'm not locked in. Not to say I'm not locked in, because that's the way I pull, because I'm so used to being able to pull that way. I'll get up there and smile and laugh around with them and like, hey, you want to go to I don't care, man. Let's go to the straps. You want to go to the rest? I don't care, man. Like I'm not, I feel like I need to be more strong, like not giving so much. But at the same time, I'm not using that as an excuse, because I feel comfortable and I've always pulled that way. But it's funny to be able to go back and watch my videos, and I'm like, dude, they probably either think I'm just like a cocky dude when I beat them, and I'm up there laughing with them before. Like it's not that. It's just I just enjoy it so much. And then like when I try to separate events I arm wrestle at and events I promote, it's so hard, because I see somebody on the table. I'm like, nope, put me in the bracket. Nope, there's no way I can miss the opportunity.
You just
to
love
get
it too much. You can't say no. I know what you mean.
Yeah, man. And it's like, I'll arm wrestle multiple classes. I don't care. I'm not afraid to take a loss. I feel like that's a big problem in American arm wrestling.
100%.
People are afraid to take a loss. Look, would you rather go 5-0 for the year, or would you rather go 25-6? Because I know what I'd rather go. Give me the 6 losses. I'll learn from them. And volume pulling, bro. I'm telling you, I preach about that. And like, look at Artem. I seen this man go from 20th to now he was number 1 at one time.
And that shows you how valuable competing is. You can practice, you can train a lot. Competing is what you want to be good at.
Competing. This man's arm wrestling every weekend. I swear I'll turn a video on YouTube. Artem's there. I'm like, damn. And the same for a lot of other people. Tim Lewis. You can say that about a lot of people, man. And personally, that's what, if you ask me, man, that's what we lack. When we go overseas, we're not battle tested, bro. We'll go over there with 5 wins under our belt, and we're like, we get spanked. No, these guys arm wrestle for a living. You better arm wrestle like you're arm wrestling for a living here. Don't be afraid. Yeah, dude. And I feel like that's the difference.
It definitely plays into it for sure. We got some more comments. My buddy Corby J, he just signed up and started the program also. He's in here. Going to be talking to you later on tonight too, my guy. I got Lawrence Bell. This is great. I love arm wrestling. We're glad to have you tuning in, Lawrence. Cody Bird said it's hard enough reffing and competing. I couldn't imagine being the organizer and competing. Look, no lie there. I'm not against reffing. I'd like to get into reffing, just more ways to help the sport. But I want to ref and compete the same tournaments. Don't want to do it.
I don't want to ref. I don't want to ref, period. No. You'll never please everybody. I don't see how
you're going to have haters from every single event for sure. The Nightmare again said that's why I only have one event a year. And then my buddy Ryan Boussier said, should I have trouble not pacing in a circle waiting for my name? No way I could host a tournament and compete. Yeah, he feels me.
It's tough, man. But like I said, man, I've really prided myself on, sure, I'm not top 10, but like being top 20 and also being able to put on the level events that we're able to put on, man, I'll smile and go home happy.
Yeah, you're still good enough that you're going to be top 3 in most every tournament, even big tournaments. You get to be on the stage and you get to promote. I love it. Why not?
I love, man, everything.
Eventually, as you get better and better and better with it, it's going to give you more opportunities.
For sure, man. So you got your match in March. Is that the only thing you got on your radar right now? Or are you looking?
Yeah, I'm going to do more traveling this year. I've really stayed mostly in the South. I went to Alabama, was 6 hours away. Went to Florida. The other side of Florida was 11 hours away. That was a lot of fun. The Florida Arm Wrestling League's doing some great things. Went 6 hours to Austin, Texas, Louisiana State, several other Mississippi, several others that were within 4 hours. But I'm going to be doing less competing next year, and it's going to be bigger tournaments. I want to put myself in the position where I have a chance to pull better people than me at every tournament. Someone ranked above me, a chance to pull up everywhere. Like, I don't mind if I have to lose in some of those tournaments in order to chase big names. Like, that's the way I look at it. A lot of the guys I'm chasing have years on me, so it's just going to take a certain amount of time of outworking them to catch them and pass them. And in that process, it might take losing to them 2 or 3 times to figure out where my lane is. If that's the case, I want to get that first loss out of the way right now, right?
That's what you got to do, man. And that goes back to what we were just talking about. Like, to me, if I go get spanked, right, some people might have the mentality as like, let me wait before I pull him again. No, bro, let me get on the table with him again and again and again, and I'm going to figure something out every time I do it. That's you know what I'm saying? And, like, eventually, I'm going to catch him. So it's like, I don't understand it, man.
What they're running from is where what they're looking for is hiding. They're looking for that success and that big leap that levels them up, but they're running from those losses. And that's where it's at, man. That arrogance and having too much ego could get in your way, make you get in your own way.
I agree, dude. I agree fully, man. So you're pulling Kevin.
Yeah, then so that's in March. Probably nothing in April, June, early June. I want to go to Michigan State. I had plans to go to Michigan State and try to get a gorilla this year, and my best friend Zach got married that weekend, so I was the best man in his wedding. I did not get a chance to qualify.
I was supposed to go that too. Yeah, I was supposed to try to go to Michigan.
About that ahead of that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I couldn't
So
make it.
I want to do Illinois State is in the scope of things, because I was talking to Brad Cook at Mississippi State, and I was telling him I wanted to get my schedule together, and he's like, dude, you got to try Illinois State. It's killer. So definitely Winter Blast. I want to hit one of Travis Bajent's tournaments. Also, I got to meet Travis this summer. Had a great time hanging out with him.
Travis is good, man.
He's a nut, man. He's so much fun to be around.
Dude, one time, I'll tell you a quick story. One time I'm sitting here at my house and this was this before Addie was born? Or no, this was before Gabe was born. So it was at least 6 years ago. Random message. I'm sitting here in my boxers, just in bed. Travis Bajent, messenger. I'm like, what in the heck? He's like, hey, young man, I'm coming through your town and I'm coming to your house. And I'm like, oh my God, let's go. So,
this is my address.
He came and kicked it, man. And it's just crazy, dude. Travis is cool.
He is. He's a lot of fun to hang out with. We got even more in the chat. We got Dan the Nightmare says, definitely want to face Levi soon. For sure, my man. You need to get with me. I'll give you my schedule on what I'm going to do next year. Meet me at one of the tournaments. Carolyn said, Levi, is it far for you to travel to Florida Flow Arm Duel 1-9 in November? 19th of November, maybe? Just curious. I love what they're doing also. It might not be. And I have some friends down in Florida. I've got several friends down there. I need to get with Lance Hahn. He might want to do that. I'm going to definitely make sure I get with him a few times a year to hit tournaments together.
They got some stuff popping in Florida, man. I'll shout them out too.
They do. The only thing about the Florida, like, I want to go to Florida once a year just for vacation. Like, just happen to pull a tournament while I'm there.
Yes.
But, yes. Who doesn't want
to one? They just had one this past weekend in Panama City. And my wife's family and they're from Panama City. And I wanted so bad to plan it, but we just couldn't pull it off, work and stuff. But
yeah, my buddy Lance actually won that one. And when he started with me 6 months ago, he was at 216, and we got him down to I think he was around 189, and he cut to 176 and won the 176 class at that. That dude's going to be a killer next year at Alabama. Watch out for him.
What's his name?
Lance Hahn. He's got short hair, the long beard. He was at.
I think Alabama. I have him on. I think I have him on Facebook.
Probably so. He was at Alabama State.
Okay.
So yeah, the Florida thing is great. I already beat all the guys right-handed in Florida. There was a couple guys left-handed, Jeremy Pappy and Michael Newman, that were able to get wins on me. But
did you beat Pappy right-hand?
Pappy didn't pull right-hand. I wish he would have, because I'd love to have tried it. Neither did Michael Newman. Neither one of them pulled right-hand. I got third left, but I won right, undefeated.
I pulled Pappy once. He destroyed me. And keep in mind, this was at the same tournament that I beat Artem.
Yeah.
So
he's a bad dude. Bad dude. Yeah. I didn't get to touch his right and left-handed. I'm not as versatile. He hooked me left-handed, and I went low hand, and I got some back off the side and right.
You won the right hand?
Yeah, I went undefeated right hand. There were 16 guys.
Yeah,
so that one will be more. If I go back to Florida, it'll be more of a fun trip. Definitely catch up with friends and enjoy it. Who doesn't enjoy Florida? I'm all about that. But I don't have it planned yet into my schedule for next year. Considering that's in November, I might be.
Yeah, that's next month.
Yeah, I might be able to do something with that. We'll see.
Heck yeah.
We got another guy in the chat saying Corby says he got to meet Travis Bajent back in 2006 at a tournament in Kentucky. Said his jaw hit the floor. Yeah, I bet back then Travis was something to see. He's an old washed up dude now.
So not only that, man, like I told you, I've been in the sport since I was 5, right? So I'm traveling with my dad every time. I'm telling you, we used to hit, I told you he hit 14. Even on the other years, he would go to 10, So back then, arm wrestling was like the big dogs were there at every big tournament. There wasn't no, I don't pull tournaments. I only do super. That wasn't the case, which I understand. I'm not begrudging people for that, but it was just a different era. So like on any given day, you would go to a tournament, and in the hotel, well, as I'm walking into the hotel, you're going to run into like a Jerry Caderet, and then you get in the freaking elevator, and there's Travis Bajent, and then you go upstairs in your same floor, there's Ron Bath, and then it's like, so I'm a little kid seeing all this, man, and like, I'll never forget watching Travis in North Carolina, and he actually took a loss to David Randall, and I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a legend in Georgia, a legend. And you can go watch the video on Arm TV on YouTube. And David Randall called him and then like rubbed his head, said, "Who's your daddy?" And it was crazy. And I'm there like 7 years old, and like, oh my God, I love this shit.
Yeah, man, the bug bit you early, huh? He was young.
So many good memories, bro, over the years being a kid, just watching. I remember watching Craig Tullier win 54 nationals, 43 nationals, like Chad Silvers, like so many good memories, man. So many.
A lot of these new guys don't realize, as good as Craig Tullier is right now, he used to be even faster.
Yep. Faster and lighter, man. And so was Chad. Dude, Chad Silvers was 143.
That's crazy. As thick as he is crazy to think, huh?
So, like, my uncle arm wrestled in the 80s and 90s. He got killed in the 90s. He's a world champion. He won WAF in London.
Nice.
Yes. So, like, I went back and found the film where he went to London and the nationals to get to London. I'm talking Cobra Rhodes wins the 76s. My uncle wins the 65s. Leslie Williams wins the 54s. Talking like, dude, the cream of the crop, bro. And it's just like, man, those era of tournaments are so fun to go back and just dream on.
Yeah, because it's all the best in the world.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, so what you said there, that's interesting if you think about how super matches work such a big thing, and it really pushed everybody into the tournaments and all the money into the tournaments too. That would really be different if you think about it. If super matches hadn't come about and it was still all a tournament sport, just think how much different the layout would be of what we would be doing, you know?
Yeah, and like I think you have to have the super matches. I do think to progress the sport into like a TV format, it's going to be hard to do with the tournament. You know, they're so long, you never know who's going to show up. Like that's not how things work in TV world, you know? So if we really want to make it to that level, then yeah, of course you need the premium events where you got 1v1. Yeah. But I also think it's important to keep tournaments.
Yeah, definitely. And me and you as purists that love tournament style pulling, I can't help but be biased and think how awesome these tournaments would be to watch. But I'm not the average consumer. I'm a diehard fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's one thing I've tried to do with these round robins. It keeps the 1v1 format while also seeing everybody pull everybody. Yes. And again, it's not the perfect format because of the fact that, sure, you get into one war and you're done. But at the same time, so are they. You know, like they got to go 11 rounds too. Yep. So who's the better arm wrestler that day? You'll find out, man. Like, I think it's the 54 one. It was insane, dude. To be a part of that, not to only promote it, but to like be in it. It was surreal, bro. Like from the Friday night sitting around the press conference with all those guys, like hearing everybody's perspective. I'm like, dude, like this is cool, man. Like to have this many elite guys here, and we're all pulling each other.
A picture of y'all all sitting around when y'all were doing, y'all were talking about it, and he was like, man, that was so cool being in the room with all those guys.
It was, man. It was an experience. And then the actual pulling, you know, I know we're lighter guys, and you know, my next one in October is obviously the 98s, and they're bigger guys, but from our experience in the 54s, I don't think too many people gassed out. You know, Kalen, I could see Kalen, he pulled Kevin first round.
Yeah, they both had a war.
That one was tough, or yeah, I think it was first round. Yeah. So I can see in that scenario, yeah, Kalen, it did hurt his performance. He probably could have did better. But as far as the rest of the guys, I think we were all good, you know? So I'm going to be curious to see what it does in the heavier classes.
Yeah, see the endurance factor or work capacity difference for the different weight classes. That will be interesting. For sure. So we got Dawson Trapp in here. He said, hello. What's going on, Dawson? How you doing, my guy? Mr. Stewart Hyatt in here, Dusty's dad. What's up, Mr. Stewart? Love that guy.
What up, Stewart?
We got Dawson Trapp is looking for a super match with somebody in the 198s. My man, we might just confine you somebody. Where you want to do it at? What you thinking? I know there's going to be a big practice thinking it's going to be December 9th is the date we talked about. I talked with Mr. Tony Bishop, trying to get a big Alabama practice going. And I'm going to bring a bunch of people from here and Arkansas, and then even some Florida guys are coming too. So, yeah. Robbie Russell said, Dawson, you got to show up and beat someone with a name. People notice you then. Took me years to get real recognition. Hey, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah, Dawson, you know, I talked to him a little bit. He wanted to get in this round robin because we had a couple people drop out. But it was just like there was a handful of guys that were like, hey, you know, I want in. And I'm like, who do I tell no? You know, I don't want to tell somebody they're not worthy, you know, because I know Dawson's good, you know. I know he's strong. It's like at the end of the day, somebody I got to tell no, and I hate doing that. But
you got to look at recent results and make that decision.
You do, and there's nothing against Dawson. Come to the tournament, man. I know you. We talked, and come to the tournament and pull that thing and show out. I already know you're strong, bro. Like, just stay patient, man, and you'll get your chance. Trust me. Keep working.
That's right. That's right. I like it. I like that guy too. He's got a great attitude. Dawson does.
Yeah, Dawson's cool, man. He's always smiling, bro. He's always having a good time.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
So, what do you think about this round robin, man? October 21st.
I love it. You
11 days away.
Team Touye representing Louisiana. That's my guy there. But yeah, y'all got all the best 198s. There's so many matchups that we've been wanting to see that either guys hadn't pulled in 2 or 3 years, or guys that have moved up from 76 or come down to 220. Like, man, that is going to be so. I can't wait to see it. Dawson Trapp said he is coming to the tournament.
Cool, man. I'll see you there, buddy.
Yeah. If nothing else, Dawson, somebody you beat in the tournament or get a really, really good good match with, that might be your super match. Or maybe somebody in that round robin sees you pull and win the tournament, and they're like, you know what? I want to see what that guy's got.
Listen, man, even though you're not in the round robin, anybody who comes to the tournament, y'all see what we're doing. It doesn't stop at the 98s. We already got 76 lined up. We already got the 220s lined up. Nothing's been announced as far as competitors, but we pretty much got that thing locked down. And it's going to be in Arizona State. We're taking this stuff nationwide, man. And it's like, don't think that we aren't watching the pro classes, because we are. You will get your chance. I promise you. Come show out. And I'm sure some of them round robin guys, I don't know if they'll pull right-handed, but I guarantee you they'll jump in that class left-handed.
That's right. Yeah. Get you one of them, beat somebody good left-handed, and they'll want another chance at some redemption.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Well, all right, my man. Well, look, I got some more calls I got to make. I better get jumping on that. But, Lorraine, thank you so much for having me on, man. It was so great to get on here and chop it up with you.
Yeah, man. Anytime. Hey, before you go, who's your top 3?
I'm going. Move over just a little bit to your left. Let me see that list one more time. All right. Touye, Merlot, Taranenko.
Okay. I like it.
A lot of people don't know about Jason Merlot, but if you don't know about that guy, you better go look, because my God, what a top roll. That dude is fat in that move. His hand is mega.
Bro stonewalled Nanastad and looked at him and made him quit.
That down with the buckle. No problem.
It's going to be interesting. I think a lot of people are going to open their eyes after this event. There's going to be some shakeup.
I'd like to see the winner of it get a shot at Brandon L. Sesser at the next Monster Factory for that number 1 right-handed 198 ring. I think that's a great number 1 contenders setup with everybody in there. Let's see it.
It's perfect, man. All right, Levi. Hey, man. Again, hire this man. He knows what he's talking about. Hit him up in Messenger. Plug all your stuff, your Facebooks, whatever you need, man. He's got it going on, bro.
Levi Fit on Facebook, Levi Fit Arm on Instagram, Levi Fit 5 on TikTok. Message me. I respond to all of them. I'm here to help. Even if you don't sign up for coaching, if you have questions or some kind of injury or rehab thing you're going through, I want to help people. I'd love to help you. Shoot me a message. Let me help you. Give me a fire to put out. That's what I do.
Heck yeah, man. Hey, Levi, come on anytime, bro. Anytime you want to just come on and talk arm wrestling, you want to come on and promote anything, bro. Come on. We're going multiple times a week. So, seriously, you're more than welcome to come on anytime you want, bro.
Man. Just post it on Facebook, and I will shoot you a message, buddy.
Okay,
You
bro.
too, my
Have
man.
a good
Thanks
night.
everybody in the chat for all the love. I really feel it. Thank you guys.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Appreciate it. All right, guys. That was Levi Knight, and man, hit him up. He's got it going on with the program. He can do grocery lists, workouts. He can do it all, man. And we had David Redmond on. He had some technical difficulties. We'll get him back on at some point. And yeah, man, we got another one scheduled tomorrow. We're gonna go live with I think it's Manolo Sanchez. He a foreign arm wrestler. He's going to come on and promote his stuff and talk about a little bit of arm wrestling from his perspective. And he's got a big super match in Honduras. So, we're getting everybody and anybody on here, man. So come on, if you want to come on, hit me up, and we'll be more than glad to get you on here, man. But see you tomorrow at 6 p.m.